This is Bob Young again, and we continue our Good News Maxwell House program with Fanny, Brice, Frank and Ralph Morgan, Meredith Willson, and Betty Jaynes and Douglas McPhail. Betty and Doug open our second act with a duet. You'll hear them sing together in MGM's new production of Victor Herbert's Sweethearts, the title song from this famous operetta and another favorite from the same show, Wooden Shoes.
Famed for frivolity,
a sprightly cookie
who lived just for jollity,
had plenty of suitors, had only to choose, and being a Dutch girl, she wouldn't choose. When she stole out as nice for the town news amused, when they heard the pit-patter of her wooden shoes, then the lads half asleep, oh, how jealous they'd get. And they'd say to themselves, who is out with Jaynes? Slip, slop, slop, slip, slop, slop, over the tiles. Her feet were petite, but you heard them for miles. With her pitter, pitter, patter, clip, clop, clop, got it pursued. The secret betrayed by Jaynes wooden shoes. Clip, clop, clop, clip, clop, clop, over the tiles. Her feet were petite, but you heard them for miles. With her pitter, pitter, patter, clip, clop, clop, got it pursued. The secret betrayed by Jaynes wooden shoes.
Continue our Maxwell House program as Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's producer-director, Mr. Edgar Selwyn, presents in the MGM Theater of the Air a dramatic one-act play by Holworthy Hall and Robert Middlemass, The Valiant, with Ralph Morgan, Ruth Hussey, and Robert Young. The Valiant is the story of a man condemned to death. Throughout his trial, he's given his name as James Dyke, and no one has been able to learn his true identity. Our scene is the warden's office in the penitentiary. The warden, Ralph Morgan, has sent for Dyke, Robert Young, in a last-minute effort to find out who he really is.
Dyke, you've only got about 20 minutes more to live.
Well, I told you why I killed Brennan. I killed him because he wasn't fit to live. I told the judge and the jury the same thing. I'm not ashamed of that. I'm rather proud of it.
Well, let that go. What I don't understand is how you happen to get mixed up with a man like that.
That's the part I'm not so proud of.
I see. You haven't changed your mind about telling me your real name.
No, sir.
Why not, Dyke?
Well, put yourself in my place. You have friends, relatives. Your mother living?
She is, thank heaven.
I don't even know whether mine is or not. But if she is, do you think it would make her happy to know her son died paying a debt to the state?
I'm afraid not.
Well, that's the reason I'm James Dyke tonight, Warden. So long since I've been home that there's not much danger. But if I told you my name, even in confidence, I wouldn't feel comfortable. Comfortable. That's a strange word to use in the circumstances, isn't it?
Yes. Well, my boy, is there anything I can do for you?
No, thanks.
I'm sorry. Suppose you rest in your cell for a moment, and then I'll send for the Father Daly and he'll see you.
Yes.
Yes, Warden?
Take Dyke to his cell, please.
Yes, sir.
Goodbye, Dyke.
Goodbye.
The warden's office. This is the warden speaking. Who? Well, that won't do her any good. He won't talk. Her brother? Well, I just had him in here, and that's just what he doesn't want. What? Oh, all right. Send her in. I'll talk to her. 11:45 now. Pretty late for anything like this. Come in. Hello, miss. You've come to see James Dyke.
Yes, sir.
Come in and sit down, please.
Yes, sir.
How long is it since you've seen your brother?
I haven't seen him since I was a little girl.
How do you think you're going to recognize him? Suppose he doesn't want to be recognized by you or anybody else.
I'd thought of that. I'm just going to talk to him, ask him questions about things he and I used to do together. And I'll watch his face. If he's my brother, I'm sure I can tell.
What did you and your brother ever used to do together that would help you now?
He used to play games with me when I was a little girl and tell me stories. That's what I'm counting on mostly, the stories.
Well, I'm afraid.
Especially Shakespeare stories.
Shakespeare?
Well, yes. He used to get the plots of the plays, all the Shakespeare plays. And then he'd tell me the stories in his own words. Oh, it was wonderful.
Well, I'm certainly afraid he
But best of all, he'd learn some of the speeches from the plays themselves. He liked to do it. He was sure he was going to be an actor.
Oh, I see.
And every night he'd sit on the side of my bed. And when I got sleepy, there were 2 speeches we'd always say to each other. 2 speeches out of Romeo and Juliet. And then I'd go to sleep. I used to say, "Good night. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow." And then he'd say, "Sleep, dwell upon thine eyes, peace in thy breast. Would I were sleep and peace, so sweet to rest."
That's Shakespeare, huh?
Yes. If he knows those lines, he's my brother.
Well, you never can be sure. I'll tell you, miss. I'll let you see for yourself. Only you might as well be prepared.
Yes, sir.
Bring Dyke in, please. I'll get him in here, and then I think I can safely leave you together.
Oh, thank you, sir.